We should start doing like vocal exercises before.
When are we doing our entrances?
Oh yeah, I never did that, huh?
No.
What entrances?
Snacks wanted to do the like everyone walks in, has like a song.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about doing that since the first episode ever.
Yeah, it's probably like the third.
Someone actually asked how we got the nicknames for you guys. Like why are you Animal? Why are you Snacks?
Yeah, I responded.
I did too.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, we all just answered?
Yeah.
You guys definitely gave the same exact. I was the first one, I think. You guys definitely said the exact same thing I did.
No, I just said I'm an animal.
No, I gave my true thing.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I've been called Snacks since like freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
No one's ever called you Animal.
That's not true.
Yeah, who?
People in school at college.
Yeah, name one. Oh, yeah.
Lots
in
of
college,
people.
so we can't even validate the story.
Lots of people.
We can't even validate the fucking truth to it.
I was just an animal, so.
I just told him right before the first episode of Fade the Public. I was like, what do you guys want to be called? Because this is going to be forever. Like,
Yeah,
Snacks
he
Animal.
actually when he said Snacks, I never heard that nickname before. I always just went by Iz.
Yeah, I mean that's really like what people call me. But
I know. I never heard Snacks before, so I was.
well, it was my
that was new to me.
it was like Colin and my friends back in the day.
I feel like you just chose Animal on the spot, to be honest.
My
I think so.
Instagram was already Maxi Animal, like for years before that.
That's true. You're right.
Come on, I didn't just like pull it out of nowhere, you know.
I feel like you pulled it out of your mustache.
Yo,
All right, so I think we could validate that we, I don't know about you, but people have called us by that name in prior lifetimes.
I'm like just getting to the point where I call you guys Snacks and Animal in real life now.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
when I
didn't
talk to
wa-
people from Emerson.
I didn't want to say is or anything because that's getting too personal.
Yeah.
my
My mom
everyone
was
knows,
like,
your name doesn't matter.
my mom was like, make sure when you move into the new apartment, like you don't give away the location. Because, in my vlogs in Brooklyn, like I've taken videos of like all the shit that's across the street from me. And if you wanted to find out where I
could
live,
easily
you could
find
do it
out,
really
in a
easy.
second. Yeah. So she's like, yeah, don't do that. But it's fucking HQ week. Jalapeno. Why is Animal eating olives and pickles? Weird fuck.
They're Sicilian.
It's Friday, which means I get the keys to the new headquarters tomorrow fucking morning. And Animal's
It's
going to
Fri-
come and build a table for me tomorrow because he's a handyman. He's an animal. Today's episode is all
Need the
about
nail
free
gun.
agency.
I
Free
can't wait till the
agency-
first laptop goes on the table and it just collapses.
Free agent. No, that would be so bad. As long as we capture it on video, I'm okay with it.
Stop. I'm an experienced builder.
When we move into the new headquarters, we are going to be building a lot of shit from scratch, including the new podcast table. All you guys yell at us for the chairs. We'll figure out new chairs.
What?
We will finally have
them.
we will
Build
finally
chairs.
have space underneath our feet, so I don't have to like be doing this
Yo,
shit
can
all
we get like
episode.
those Adirondack chairs? Those like big ass chairs that people have on their porches.
Adirondack isn't those like a mountain?
Why don't we just have
man.
hammocks?
They're called Adirondacks. The chairs.
Why don't we just have hammocks?
Yo, I want to have a hammock for my fucking
Laying
chair.
there. Yo.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, I'm taking CMAC 101.
I might do a stool where it spin. That's pretty epic. I might do a stool where
an
I don't think we'll have
Adirondack chair.
enough room. That's too low to the floor though. The table will have
We
to be
could
so
build
low.
them really,
No,
really
God,
high.
no.
Send that picture to Scott. Make sure.
I don't like that.
He knows what an Adirondack
Yeah, no,
chair is.
definitely
I
not.
don't like
I'm
that.
definitely not with
That's
that.
not comfortable to sit here for.
I might. We should just do all three different chairs. You have the Adirondack. I'm gonna get a chair that's like 6 feet tall, so I'm like way above.
I'm taking the hammock.
Oh, what
That's
about
sick, dude. Let's
taking
do
the
this.
hammock.
thrones?
Ooh, that's not bad.
I built a throne one time.
I can't do this.
I swear. It's
you have pictures
I
of
was
it?
Yeah,
really
it's
excited
definitely on my
about this
Instagram.
episode coming in
Same.
tonight, but
This is
I
fucking
think
plummeted
I'm
quick.
done.
It's like the stock market.
I'm
the
pretty sure
Corona
I'm
market
done.
right
yeah,
now.
we were gonna come in right away and
Should
just
we
get
talk
right
about
to free
coronavirus
agents.
real
But
quick?
The fraudulent.
Who wants it
thing.
more than we do?
No one.
No one.
No one.
I can't wait for them to shut down the subways in New York. I'm just gonna run across the.
I'm going to the Big East tournament on Friday.
I was gonna
Like, we
say,
got
I feel like we
tickets.
should go
And I'm
somewhere
I'm
where
really
do it.
Huh?
Are they not shutting that shit down?
They haven't yet, but like I'm going with Larry, Brandon, and Shane, and we've been like texting like the Ivy League tournament just got shut down.
Yeah.
Like fuck, this sucks.
I told you my Wilson's office is closed for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
There was
everywhere's-
first Bergen County death today. So
I know.
That was lit. I was
There's
like, sick.
they're treating somebody at Holy Name right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're excited about the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's really
Hoping
great.
one of it. Can we make a pact if one of us gets it, we still do the episode that week?
yeah,
100%.
Dead ass. If I get coronavirus, you guys are coming to the fucking.
and we all
apartment
share a
and we're
cigarette.
Down.
Sick.
You're gonna smoke a cigarette?
Just for the corona.
Sure. Will it fucking expedite my death?
Listen,
I was really trying.
the only
hard
guy
to
that can use big
expedite.
words here is me.
You just used them multiple
Oh
times. in the
shit!
same
There it
sentence.
is.
What? That's the throne you built?
Yeah, dude.
What is it? There's like pieces of fences.
Let me see this place.
This is ridiculous.
I found like branches and wood.
I don't wish someone sitting in that for an hour upon my worst enemy.
No, it was you felt very powerful when you said
I'd rather
it.
have
I promise.
the coronavirus and sit in that chair for an hour.
It's a great.
Wait, is that picture on Google? Like, why did you find that on Google?
It's on my Instagram.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna send
But
it to
also
Scott.
one of the best things.
All right. Y'all ready to get this going?
Let's do this. Fuck Corona.
Fade
the
the
virus,
public.
not the beer.
Fade the Public. That's the name of the podcast that y'all are listening to / watching. I'm Nicholas. That is Animal. That is Snacks. Make sure you are following us on the Twitter.
Is it up or down?
I don't remember. I think it's up.
Oh.
Today's episode is going to be all about free agency. So we picked out probably the top 15 to 20 names that are going to be relevant to fantasy football. We are going to have predictions on where we think they're going to land, where their best case landing spot would be for fantasy, and the players that will be impacted by where we think they will end up. So it's going to be fucking action-packed, snaction-packed, animal-packed, fucking tons of big facts coming at you today.
Snaction Pack hit.
That was pretty good, right? And we're also ending the episode with herd of goats, and our herd of goats have been absolutely on fire.
Yeah, we're on a roll.
Lately.
We're on a roll.
So
I think this one takes a step back, though.
it definitely does. Today,
But
they can't all be fire.
we're
no pun intended. This one can be fire.
Wow.
The pun came earlier.
We're holding the goats of herd of goats till the crux of the offseason.
Respect.
Yeah, well, you had the one.
Whatever the fuck
you had the
just said.
G1, so you got to pick the category.
So the
this is on
category
you.
for this one was most satisfying things to light on fire. So make sure you stay tuned towards the end of the episode to catch that. And the official vote for Herd of Goats, which I've won in back-to-back episodes now, is on Twitter. So make sure you're following Fade the Public on Twitter. All that shit will be linked down below. Y'all ready to talk free agency?
I kind of want to keep the intro going just to piss off some people that get upset about.
I was going to say people are big mad right now that
How's
we've
your guys'
already
day?
wasted this much time.
By the way, I went back and looked. You're only 3 behind me now in herd of goats.
Add them all up.
Yeah, Max, you have
I
2
don't
wins.
believe that.
You have 2 wins.
I believe that. Yeah.
You have 2.
I feel like they were all fraudulent. We didn't have an official like voting system. For a
No.
long time.
You should have seen it back in the day. It was like comment who was the winner.
Oh, so that's how you took your fucking wins?
A win's a win's a win.
You're right. Never heard a more true statement in my life. Scott,
What's cracking, big dogs?
hit the fucking intro.
Is that a turtleneck? What is that?
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
No, it's just a shirt.
You had your shoulders scrunched, so
It's just a shirt.
it looked like a T-neck.
Just a long.
You saying his fucking traps are on point?
Yeah,
Just a
well,
long sleeve tee.
no, it was also the white tee underneath that threw me off.
Oh,
Yeah,
in my
those
white
were-
tee.
yeah.
All right, let's start off with wide receivers.
Very weak group.
Yes, there's basically a tier of 1, which is Amari Cooper, and then everyone else is fucking not irrelevant, but everyone else is.
No one else moves the needle.
No one else moves the needle whatsoever. So Amari Cooper, we are all predicting him to be back in Dallas.
Correct.
I mean, he came over and was phenomenal for the first half of the season, second half of the season when he originally came over, played last year and was. Wait, did he come last year or this year?
Last year.
He was in
Mid last year.
He's been there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then he put up like close to 1,200 yards while being banged up for the majority of the year. Dak Prescott and that offense was rolling behind Kellen Moore. High volume passing offense. Very successful year by all intents and purposes. Again, he was banged up, so I think there's even more in the tank statistically for what Amari Cooper can bring. Now, we all think he'll stay in Dallas. I can't imagine them kind of messing up that passing offense, especially with bringing McCarthy in. For our best case ideal landing spot, Animal, like you were insistent on arguing this pre-show. I thought this was a joke to piss Snacks off.
No.
But you said best case ideal landing spot for fantasy was the fucking New York Giants.
Yes.
Let me finish you. You could start.
Okay, so my thinking
Wrong.
behind this is Daniel Jones, young quarterback, is just going to absolutely pepper Amari Cooper with targets because none of the Giants wide receivers could get any separation last year, right, Snacks?
It's not true. It's not false.
There's some familiarity.
Familiarity.
Jason Garrett and Amari Cooper.
Familiarity.
There is.
So, and he's staying in division. He knows the Dallas Cowboys defense. There's just a lot of opportunities for him to have some really great success. And I think it would also benefit Daniel Jones.
Can I piggyback
Even
off
though,
that?
we're focusing on Amari Cooper, I
The
would
fact
love
that you
for
think
you
he would have better stats with Daniel
piggyback
Jones
that.
than he would with Dak
I don't know
Prescott.
how Mike McCarthy's going to use him.
Mike McCarthy threw it like a 70% clip when he's in Green Bay. They are going to throw the ball like they don't even know how to fucking run.
Listen, I put Dallas in as my ideal landing spot for fantasy, but I don't think it's outrageous.
It's not, but it's not the best.
For what he's it's not the best. Dallas is the best.
There's a 0%
Dallas
chance
is the best.
that he does better in fantasy if he's on New York than he is in Dallas in 2020.
I wouldn't say 0%, chance, but
less than 0. You're right.
No, I think that he would be the main target in New York. He would catch 100 balls maybe.
I think so. I think he'd have months.
If
he stays healthy,
catch 100 balls in Dallas this year,
I
the way
don't
that
think
Mike McCarthy is going to throw the
I
fucking ball.
don't
You know what their
agree
pace
with
is
you.
going to be between him and fucking Kellen Moore? They're going to be like top 3 again in the league, and they're just going to pass and pass and pass and pass and pass.
I don't trust McCarthy to fucking save a life.
I don't care about him fucking being a good head coach.
Oh, I'm not talking about being a head coach. I'm just talking about in
passed the
general
ball.
with these players. He might bring out the worst
I
in
just think
everybody.
Jason Garrett's, he would get him very involved in the offense, knowing that he has him from experience with him in Dallas.
Animal, I don't fully disagree. I think he does put up better numbers in Dallas than he would with the Giants, but he would put up very good numbers with the Giants. So it's not absolutely outrageous. Then again, he'd probably put up good numbers anywhere. So I know what you're saying.
Very true.
Whatever the case is, that's not the receiver that's coming to the Giants. It's going to be Jason Witten. So
You love to hear it. All right, AJ Green, landing spot. We all think he's going to be back in Cincinnati. All the rumors are pointing to him being franchise tagged. I don't understand why they're holding on to this guy for so long.
Yeah.
Like they should have.
They're a
moved
rebuilding
him.
team.
Should have moved him last year. I just don't.
They
understand.
have young talent there too with Tyler Boyd and Auden Tate. So John Ross. You have 3 young wide receivers. So what are you holding on to AJ Green for?
Maybe they want a receiver of his caliber to come in when Joe Burrow's there. Maybe
I could
just
understand
kind of get
that. I guess. All right. So he ends up back in Cincinnati next year. Joe Burrow gets drafted 101.
I do think he gets traded. I think he gets tagged and traded.
Really?
That's my end prediction.
You think a team's going to
just
pay
don't
him
know
that
where,
top
though.
5 money though for this year?
Yeah.
How the fuck can you trust him? Like 32 coming off.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
not.
I can't.
Especially with this wide receiver class coming in. There's
I guess
so many wide
I guess
receivers.
it would depend on the draft capital a team has to give up. If
I'll
they're
say-
giving up a second, I don't see it. Even
Say
though
he stays in Cincinnati though. I like him better coming into this year than I did last year.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah,
we were
you have
extremely
to.
vocal
Yeah,
about
you have to.
saying
He's a year
so
removed.
fucking far away from him. Like he had the coronavirus. We were not drafting him fucking
the injury,
anywhere.
Dalton wasn't inspiring. Nothing. Cincinnati gets back. Jonah Williams, that offensive line's gonna be better. Mixon,
He's
he's
a double-digit round pick this year if he stays in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
You take a flyer on him, but I mean, for me personally, I have no interest in drafting.
he's
him.
probably gonna be a stay away guy, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's why I literally wrote that. Who cares? Not drafting.
I'm
him.
not going to be mad at somebody who takes a chance on an AJ Green, who's been one of the best and most consistent wide receivers over the past half a decade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would throw a dart at him in one of my leagues or whatnot. What about Robbie Anderson? Are you looking to target him late, depending on where he goes?
depends
Depending on where he goes. Yeah, I mean,
Where would you like him to go?
I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders.
That fit
as
makes a lot of sense. I think they're going to use a ton of draft capital on wide receivers.
I could see that, but I also think this is why when we talked about herd of goats, things we don't like about the NFL, why I said
Having
the
free
draft should
agency
be
before the
first
draft.
before free agency,
it's so
right?
dumb.
Because if they go after Robbie Anderson, they might be hesitant to take, say, a CeeDee Lamb drops there.
Yeah.
I'm taking CeeDee Lamb's
you're still gonna take him.
over Robbie Anderson.
I put Robbie Anderson with Miami. I think that it just makes sense to me. I just feel like this is a player that they would go for. I mean, they have Devontae Parker on one side. I could see them buying into like an actual field stretcher because Parker kind of turned into the possession guy there. He wasn't like a guy.
No,
I mean he did make plays down the field, but Anderson could actually stretch that entire offense. Put Tua there, like
I don't love.
They have too many draft picks.
That's
to, like,
that's
not
the
take one of
thing.
the wide
That's the
receivers.
thing.
maybe, but they have so many holes on their team to fill that I feel like if they can get a guy like Robbie Anderson through
they're
free
gonna
agency
already
and not
pay-
use a second or first on fucking
They're already paying Devontae Parker.
yeah.
I
I don't think they're going to pay Robbie Anderson.
Fiscally, it doesn't make sense. In my opinion,
Yeah.
I understand like the basis of it. If we're not talking like money and cap and whatever,
you have
the
the
case.
same as me for best case.
I put Miami as where I predict him going, but yeah,
Yeah.
best case scenario, I think he'll end up. Well, best case scenario would be him going to Green Bay.
Exactly.
because
I think
the whole
You can't
Allison
trust that
and
those wide
MVS
receiver twos
experiment
there.
was miserable
Yeah,
last year.
take
Awful.
someone like Robbie Anderson, who he's not like spectacular, but you know what you're going to get from him.
It's
and
just a much better version of
Aaron,
what MVS
Aaron
was
Rodgers
last
can
year.
still throw the ball deep, and Devontae Adams on the other side.
It's
running
a great
his-
fit. I don't know if it'll happen.
He would be a
Possession
great
routes,
number two there.
possession-
Great number two.
Allison's a free agent, so he's
Is
gone.
there any like any question? Maybe the best fit is Still with the Jets. I mean, it would be year 3 with Darnold.
I would like
you
to
gotta
see-
figure they
I
build
just don't
that
think
offensive
they do
line up
it.
so he has time.
I don't think they'll do it, but yeah.
And the Jets have
He came out
nobody.
today and said he wants
nobody
to
at
come
receiver.
back to
They
New
have
York
nobody
and
at
seem
receiver.
genuine about it.
Nobody.
Yeah, no, it's,
Nobody.
It's ugly there.
So I feel like it's not the. I don't think it's the worst case. You fear Gase and you fear if they actually do rebuild that line and whatnot.
Fuck away from Gase.
I don't know what.
It's so sad.
It's going to be detrimental to Darnold.
Yeah, I
he's going to
know.
be in his 4th year. He's going to learn a whole new system. 4th year. He's not going to pick it up till his contract year, and then they have to pay him $110 million for what? For a guy that's been average?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not just hate. I'm just saying, like it. They should have got rid of
I hope
Adam
not.
Gase
I
this
have
year.
I have a big share of Darnold in our dynasty league, so
yeah. Gase is
He's
the
a
only
cancer.
reason why I'm
He's the Kyrie Irving of the NFL.
Yeah, so Robbie Anderson, there's a million different spots. He could be in Green Bay, he could be with the Raiders, Miami, Philadelphia. Like any of those teams could take a shot on him.
I thought about Philly because
Philly makes sense too because they're
desperate.
clearly targeting a deep guy. Because
they need wide receivers. Yeah, the
how
Nelson
can you trust
Aguilar's
Deshaun
gone.
Jackson at this point?
No,
you can't.
They're either going to come away with the
They're not
draft
gonna bring
with, like,
back
a
Nelson
Ruggs or
Aguilar.
something
They
like
have
that.
no one
And the
else.
reports right after the season where Jeffrey wants out.
They don't
So
want, yeah, exactly. They're gonna have a whole new wide receiver core, I think, next year.
Yeah, at the end of last year was fucking ugly, so they need to do something there. All right, Brashad Perriman. I actually predicted him to Green Bay.
yeah.
I put the best landing spot for Robbie Anderson was Green Bay, but I think Brashad Perriman will lean there because he's probably going to command a lot less money than Robbie
He will
Anderson.
be more fiscally responsible for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, so I like
And he would
Green
be
Bay.
a very good compliment to Devontae.
I would like that. I would like that fit there. I think he'll be fine fantasy. We saw him kind of blow up at the end of last year as like the go-to guy, but he was super efficient on all throws down the field. I think I forget what stat it was that I found. I tweeted it out. I think Brashad Perriman had the highest number of receptions, or it was like 41% of his targets or 41% of his receptions last year came 20 plus yards down the field.
Oh yeah,
by far and away
that.
the highest in the NFL.
Which makes me like super skeptical on Brashad Perriman as
I'm not going to be.
He's
touching
hit or
him.
miss. He's very hit or miss.
I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be the next guy that gets makes too much money, and he's not gonna
I don't
get
think
paid
he's
a
gonna
lot.
command. I don't think he's gonna, right.
No, but he's
I
gonna
could
get
see like
paid
$8 million a year, but that's still being a waste.
That's what I
exactly.
saw
It's
too,
still gonna
yeah.
be way too much money for like. I'd rather just take a chance on a rookie
Right.
in the draft.
Right.
Like so, I have him landing in Vegas, but I
But-
think
but
like you said,
Perriman's- but
best
Perriman's
fit
a-
is Green Bay.
Perriman's a vet, so at this point, like
Yeah.
it's Rodgers isn't gonna have to yell at some rookie to try to fucking learn the system and whatnot. So
Right.
I think it makes a little bit more sense that way. But yeah, they need another field stretcher there.
That's why I put him to Philly, and it
Makes
was
sense.
kind of like the Robbie Anderson thing, but I think Philly needs
I feel like he'll go to die in Philly though.
probably.
They need like a legit talent there to succeed.
They do, but I don't think he's the only one that comes. I think they use a first round pick on a receiver.
There's a few of these teams that I think like there's Philly, there's the Raiders, there's Miami that I could see all and Green Bay that I could see using multiple draft picks and or signing multiple free agents. At the
Now,
wide receiver
call me
position.
crazy. This was a team that kind of popped up in my head that is probably under the radar receiver needy. What about Houston? Can you trust Will
I
Fuller's
think that
health?
they
You
are
can't
going to
trust
trust
anyone
Will
behind
Fuller
D-Hop.
is the
You
problem.
can't. There's
Can't trust
nobody you
Fuller.
can trust on there.
QT can't stay healthy.
I
Kenny
think-
Stills, I don't even know if he's
I
still under
think they
contract.
are
I think
very
Kenny
much
Stills
aligned
are
to
gonna
get a
get rid
number
of-
2
I-
wide receiver.
I think
That
they're going
makes
to draft
sense.
someone though.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, that's
not-
another
that's not
wide
a bad
receiver needy
spot.
team, in my opinion, that is not getting talked about enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, outside of DeAndre Hopkins and a healthy Will Fuller, they don't have anyone
That's
else.
a key question, though.
I know.
A key word. Healthy. He's not been healthy.
All right, so say Brashad Perriman goes to Green Bay. Are you even looking at him in fantasy at all?
Later
Not
down
after
the line.
Yeah, he's going to be like the John Miles in like the 11th round.
Depends on my board what my roster's looking like.
Be a
But
fun best ball pick. Yeah, he's not anything that you. So
Yeah.
so of these like wide receivers that we've talked about, and we had Emmanuel Sanders at the end of the list here too because he's a free agent. Like nothing, he's not really going to move the needle no matter where he goes. I do think Atlanta will be like a sneaky spot for a wide receiver because losing probably Austin Hooper, losing Mohamed Sanu halfway through the year, like we have no one behind Ridley and Julio. So we need some of those targets going over the middle to land somewhere. I could see us getting a vet because we're like every year of the last like 5 years we're trying to compete for a championship and usually do it unsuccessfully.
Yeah, and I think
but-
Emmanuel Sanders wants to play with a veteran quarterback at this point in his career. So Matt
That's
Ryan
kinda
is
what-
someone that
yeah.
I don't think he would mind.
I think
you
he
know,
go. I think
playing in Atlanta.
I think the Stars. I had his landing spot. My prediction was New England, but I think the Stars have to align with Brady coming back. I think that's kind of a receiver that Brady likes. But we'll see.
Yeah, so of those 4 guys, not Amari Cooper, AJ Green, Robbie Anderson, Brashad Perriman, Emmanuel Sanders, say they all landed in good spots, right? Spots that we would choose as ideal for fantasy. Who is the most intriguing there?
Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
Do you think Robbie Anderson over Brashad Perriman if they both landed
Yeah.
in ideal spots?
I do. Yeah,
100%.
I think Robbie's.
I think
got
Rashad Perriman just
I think
had
he's got more untapped potential.
There was injuries with Godwin and Evans was out for like a week or
and that's the only way
too
he ever
much
broke out.
Was
Right.
And like those are games
Right.
where like Jameis threw like 4 interceptions and like they're just chucking the ball every play. Like it's too no.
I think
end of the season bullshit.
I don't love Robbie as a wide receiver talent, but I don't love the talent, so to say, and the money he's probably going to command. But it's a weak market
He's
for
a guy
wide
that
receiver.
needs to be on the right
but
team.
I think he has the right
Be
team,
used
the right
way.
system, and if like you said, an ideal landing system for all these guys, I would take Robbie Anderson's potential.
It's going to be
over
interesting
them.
to see what money these guys command because I'm sure every NFL team understands that this wide receiver class in the draft is deep
so
as
strong.
Fuck.
Yep.
So if like Robbie Anderson's like I want a 3-year $35 million or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, you look at some guys that have gotten like Paul Richardson got a 3 for $48 like a couple of years ago.
Crowder got
And then,
like
those
3
guys
for
are
40.
released already.
They
so
all
like
get-
you would think these NFL like GMs or whatever would realize like, oh shit, we could just draft a guy in like the 3rd round.
Yeah, and just knowing that there are players in this draft class that can
easily just
kinda bring the
replicate that production.
bring the same talent to the field that these guys can. So I'm wondering if like
not
all
give
these
them
wide
$11 million.
receivers don't really hit that.
I don't think any of them get paid what they want.
No, probably
None of
not.
I think Robbie Anderson's going to get outside of Amari Cooper, like those 3 guys.
He probably
Robbie
gets paid
Anderson
the
might
most,
get like
yeah.
11 million.
Yeah, maybe for like 2 years.
And I
2 for
am
22 or
not
something.
I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable giving.
Nah, I wouldn't.
And
I would
exactly,
hate
I
that.
don't want to pay him 11 million a year. So
The problem with wide receivers switching teams is historically usually their first year is a down year.
Yeah.
So if you're going to give a fucking wide receiver a 2-year deal, like that first
a
year,
1 year-
they're
it's
probably
almost
not
like a
going to be
1 year
worth
deal.
the money. You know
Right.
what I mean? The other interesting note here is DeMarcus Robinson is a free agent. So I guess we could touch on Mecole Hardman, who was the explosive rookie last year. So say DeMarcus Robinson's gone. We'll say, I don't know if Sammy Watkins. Who is the wide receiver 2 in Kansas City next year?
I would put Hardman.
Hardman, I would
gotta be
say.
Hardman.
I don't
right?
trust
Yeah.
Watkins to save my life. So
So where would you be targeting Hardman, you think, in drafts? Is he someone that you're going to be looking to get?
Of course, if he's on the Chiefs, he's with Pat Mahomes.
He's a fun breakout guy.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
year.
I
He'll be
mean,
all over like breakout. lists
7,
and shit.
7, 8,
Yeah.
8, 9, 7, 8, 9. But we'll see where
If
he
you
starts.
had
and
to
then
creep up a little bit to grab him to ensure that he was on your team, would you do it?
I don't think he's there.
probably
yet.
wouldn't want to take him any earlier
I'm
than
not.
7.
I'm not there yet. In
Yeah.
March, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
It could happen later on in the summer, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm not too interested in going too far up, but there's so much that changes between then and now, and there's going to be a lot of backfields changing this offseason. There's not a ton of running. Actually, you know what? There are a pretty good amount of running
a good
backs.
amount.
They're just not like.
We'll get Derrick Henry out of the way. He's
Yeah.
going to be re-signed with Tennessee.
No
He's
matter
going to
what.
back
He
in
has
Tennessee.
And we it's literally Tennessee. That we all.
The only
put,
thing
so.
I worry about this, and I know it's not like directly related to fantasy, but it is with Jack Conklin, whether or not they resign him.
that's going
because
to be a big loss.
It's exactly like I still think Derrick Henry's going to get his carries. He's still going to be a monster, but Jack Conklin's one of the best right tackles.
look at-
No,
They
he's
bring
one of the
big
best
game
running
tackles. Yeah.
They brought in Saffold last year and it completely changed their fucking running
I know.
game. Yeah,
So,
so
like-
the line cannot be understated.
He's not resigning with them.
Who, Conklin?
He's
There's
going to get a
I-
huge fucking deal. In free
Monster.
agency.
It's going to be out of their price range.
know, it's the
Why they
problem.
didn't pick up his 5th-year option is mind-boggling. They must know something that nobody else does.
I mean, he was
That's
hurt,
the only-
so like maybe they just
but
don't
Per
trust him.
PFF, he was the first 6th highest graded run blocking
Yeah,
tackle.
he struggles in
NFL
pass
last
protection,
year.
but
Yeah.
that's not the Titans' game. That's
it's the run
No,
game.
Plus,
so.
they've always had a mobile.
Maybe they're
quarterback,
targeting
so when
someone
they
in the
get pressure,
draft.
they can
Who
move.
knows? There's some tackles in the draft. They're talented.
that's
so we'll see.
fair. But I'm telling you, I don't know why, and I
Just
think
I've
I've used
something I wanted to touch on.
I think
No,
I've
it's a
used
good-
the
it's a
word
good point.
fiscally like 24 times. I'm going to continue to use it because it is free agency and teams
Yeah,
need
you're
to
a
be
big
fiscal.
fiscal guy. Today.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fiscal Fridays.
What can you look it up real quick because you're a lot quicker.
Okay.
What would his 5th-year option would have been? Like money-wise, probably like 10 million or something. This would have been the 5th year of his rookie deal.
You know what this sucks now? Deion Lewis can't break out.
Oh,
damn.
I was all in on the 2020 Deion
What
Lewis
is-
breakout.
I just traded two Dynasty firsts for him. So
This year would have been a 12.8.
12.8.
little
Instead, he's
pricey.
going to get 20. How is that
He's not gonna
pricey
get
for
20.
one more
He's
year?
going to get like 17, 18.
They just made the AFC Championship game, and in the beginning of the season, they decide that he's not worth 12.8 when he was an All Pro his rookie year.
Listen, I'm probably giving him the option because it's 5th-year option to just take it. If
It just
you
makes
need him. I
sense
know. I agree.
financially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
That's odd. There's got to be something behind the scenes there.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a reason they didn't do it. They must know something that we don't. And he's about to get $20 million a year.
Yep, he's gonna get
So-
signed somewhere.
But the Titans didn't want to pick up a $12.5 million.
Offensive line on the flip side of running backs and kind of wide receivers for this year at least, they always get their money. No matter, like, they could be a
sure.
shitty
And
offensive
honestly,
lineman. They're getting their
I
they're
probably
getting
should
their
have brought
money.
this up today, and I'll quickly touch on it. There's
I thought you said LeBron James. I was like,
don't ever mention his name in front of me.
I said Jawan James.
Chawan.
You guys ever see Joanna Man? Great movie.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
such
ever
a
seen it
good
from
movie.
front to
It is,
back.
it's very
Really? Oh, I mean, it wouldn't make in today's world.
linemen, offensive linemen are also going. We should have touched maybe not
a little bit on him.
a little bit on him because
We'll do
Trent
like a
Williams-
follow up after the free agency.
Yeah.
We'll do like a
Trent
follow up.
Williams isn't a free agent, though.
my dream would be for Andrew
guys him to
Thomas.
go to Dallas,
No, for Andrew Thomas and Trent Williams to go to Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Oh,
Why?
because Nick Chubb would be a
Oh,
monster.
I thought you were going
and-
to say New York.
no, they're not going there.
No,
Why-
I know,
why would
but
want
I
that?
just figured you
No,
said
no,
your
no.
dream. I was like,
they
I mean,
need two. They pretty much need like 5 new linemen.
Yeah, they do.
And they picked 10th in the draft. If you could trade for Trent Williams and then you could draft an Andrew Thomas, you are fucking set.
that would be a sick.
That
move,
would be
actually.
sick. It only helps Nick Chubb. It helps Baker Mayfield. It helps everybody there. And I fucking hate the Browns for
Yeah,
Odell
but
and
the
Baker.
Browns won't do
but
it.
I'm just saying that'd be very nice. Whitworth going back to the Rams probably.
All right.
Just a few guys that I'm
Let's-
thinking of offensive line wise.
Let's talk about Melvin
Melvin
Gordon,
Gordon.
because he's going to be the biggest story of what the fuck was that?
I tried to beat you to it, but like
so good. Such a
it was
good
right,
segue.
it was right there.
He's going to be the most talked about free agent running back right now. He's going to try to command money that he's not going to end up getting
Never
somewhere.
gonna get it. No.
Me and Snacks have him predicted to go to Houston. The landing spot makes sense. One, because you need to find a team that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to sign a running back to his money, and
they
Bill
don't.
O'Brien is the GM.
Correct.
So he will do something dumb like
Literally
that.
my thought process. They have no idea what they're doing.
Carlos Hyde is a free agent. Lamar Miller obviously was out all last year. He's going to be a free agent. I think Duke Johnson might be signed to 1 more year. Let me fact check that real quick. But
They only wasted a 3rd round pick on him. So
Yeah, I would hope they would have him for another year if they give up that pick.
the Giants are so bad organizationally, but the Texans make me feel better.
yeah, so they have him through 2021. So they have him for a couple more years. We have him going there as our predicted landing spot. I said best case scenario would actually be Atlanta. And then Animal, you put in Atlanta as well.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously in need of fucking everything in that
He
backfield.
just reminds me of like a bigger, better Devonta Freeman. So I feel like he'll slide right into that offense.
I would like a workhorse that can actually average more than like 3.2
You
yards
put
per
your hand
carry.
up.
No. I mean, it's not correct. It's a good thought.
Atlanta's
Obviously,
gonna end up drafting
It
them.
obviously works.
I think we walk away from the draft with Cam
I think
Akers
they
or
may have
something.
learned their lesson when they paid Devontae Freeman. I don't think they even go that route. I picked Tampa Bay because when we did the free agent quarterbacks, I also had Jameis Winston going back to Tampa Bay. And the best way for Jameis Winston to not throw 67 interceptions is to run the football. And I think having a bell cow like Melvin Gordon with Peyton Barber being a free agent, how much can you trust
But-
Ronald Jones? I think that's a very good fit.
Can we talk
But-
about how Ronald Jones went before Nick Chubb in the NFL? He did, right? Like 3 spots earlier?
I
Or
don't
was he
know.
3 spots after?
No, I think it was after. Because
Okay.
Chubb
was
went
early in
early
the
second
second,
round.
yeah.
Ronald Jones did too.
But does Arians want to run the ball?
That's my problem. Is one, they don't like throw to the
It's a
running
very,
backs.
it's a very,
Yeah.
it's
Two,
a
their
very
offensive
good
line
point.
sucks.
It's a very good
Melvin
point.
Gordon's not necessarily the most elusive guy.
I don't think Atlanta's offensive line is very
Melvin
good.
Gordon was
no, we're not.
ass
But
when
they
he came into
they'll
the
pass
league.
the running backs if they have one.
Like, does
They
everyone
will, and
remember
they'll run
that?
the football. I know.
Do we remember that when Melvin Gordon's like first year in the league, he literally sucked and just ran into his linemen's asses? Granted, the line was bad, but like until they started
Gordon's
giving
a
him
whole nother back. But
So they started giving him screens.
The
He didn't
important
really
part
break
is going to
out.
be whatever offense he lands in.
He's
does
trash.
Does that offense utilize him in the passing game?
he sucks.
Because he's been used a lot in the last couple of years.
Two different backs I completely understand, but David Johnson, he had one great year, right? And that was under Bruce Arians.
It's a good call.
I think Melvin Gordon could have the
Yeah,
same
that year killed him.
I don't give a fuck. We're talking about this
Like,
year.
yeah.
We're not
Like, what
talking
are you
dynasty
talking
football. We're
about?
talking about this year. If Melvin Gordon dies with Bruce Arians, at least he had a great year. I don't think it's outlandish to think that he has a good year with Tampa Bay.
I
with
think
everybody
Melvin
on the
Gordon
outside,
is-
no one's ever
Is shit and he's overrated. I think he should actually quit.
You
the fucking
cannot
league.
stack the box against Tampa Bay. You have two of the best wide receivers in football on the outside. You
Yes,
cannot
and-
stack the box. You
Yeah, and Melvin
upgrade
Gordon's
the
not
offense.
the
Until
guy.
Jameis leaves and Brock
Melvin
Osweiler's
Gordon's
the
not a
quarterback.
between the tackles running back. He catches fucking passes.
He's not good at in between the tackles running back.
like, you- I
I'm just saying
don't
that's
want
fine.
him.
That's fine.
Derrick Henry would be a better fit in Tampa Bay.
I would be very worried about Melvin Gordon going to Tampa Bay just because I don't think he's good enough to surpass that offensive line bringing him down, which is why I put Atlanta as a thing. But
I
you're right,
happen to
Atlanta's-
think Melvin Gordon is really good and he can do it. But
think he's trash.
We
He's
differentiate
overrated.
in opinions. So
Either
good
way,
word,
I got him
big
on my
word,
dynasty
big
teams.
word count.
So
Big word count.
You know what's going to end up happening? Fucking the Chargers are going to like franchise tag Melvin
Oh
Gordon.
my God. Could you
I would
imagine?
Fucking blow
by the
my
way,
brains out.
speaking of
That'd be
Chargers,
ridiculous.
what an unbelievable deal for Austin Eckler.
Love that.
That's the best thing that franchise has done their whole life.
What a deal.
$15 million guaranteed. That's it.
Gotta love
For that production. That's absurd.
Say something,
We'll
Animal.
see how.
Speak.
I don't think Austin
And I
Eckler's
fucking
that good
hate Austin
either.
Eckler.
You don't think Austin Eckler's that good?
He's a
what the fuck were you watching
He's
last
not a
year?
between the tackles running back. He's a catching
What kind of
passes.
off? They pass the ball.
They
to the
don't
running
run the
back.
ball.
Oh my god.
Listen,
I can't.
Nick,
do
who
this.
hates Austin Eckler more than me?
Only the
Fuck
opposing
Austin
defenses.
Okay, fine. Nobody does. I'm not even saying that.
That's ridiculous. He was so
That's
good
absurd.
last year. He was
Come on.
so fucking good.
Catching the ball.
And what are you talking about? What did he average? Like 19 yards fucking per carry? Bring up the stats.
Change your pace back. Doesn't matter.
You think he's a scat back only?
Yeah, I don't think he's bell cow. I don't think he's gonna carry the team.
He doesn't have
No
to.
one says he's going to be a bell cow.
It's not what he's built to do.
I
He
know.
got like 16 touches a game this year and was like the RB3 in fantasy. Sign me all the
We'll
way the
see.
fuck.
We'll
Let's
see.
talk about Austin Eckler
We'll see.
for a
That's when
second.
Phil
All right.
Rivers fucking
Okay.
checking down every play. We'll
let's
see what
do-
happens.
They're going to continue to do that.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Melvin Gordon goes to
We'll see.
Houston. Where is he going in fantasy drafts?
He's
Redraft.
going to go early second.
That's about right. I think that's a mistake, though.
Oh, I do too. I wouldn't take him.
He's not even on my draft board.
They have
He
a
goes to
miserable
Tampa
offensive
Bay.
line.
Same thing.
I would probably put him mid second.
Still not on my draft board.
I think he was a little bit back.
Yeah.
If he's more of a value, yeah, he's probably not really on my draft board.
Honestly, I hate to say it. If he goes to Buffalo, move him up. But that would suck because
Really?
yeah.
No.
There's been whispers that Buffalo wants to go get him.
Interesting. I know that they're definitely going to draft the running back if they don't get one for free
Yeah.
agency. There's a
They-
guy on this list that I want to talk about that I think will go to Buffalo, actually. But first, I want to talk about Kenyan Drake.
Yes.
Because Kenyan Drake balled the fuck out last year. We've
did.
still never seen him handle a full workload. David Johnson's just miserable. He's
It's
going to end up
amazing
coming
what
back
these guys
to
have done
Arizona.
after Adam Gase.
Because of that contract, he's stuck.
So, yeah.
You release him, you only get like $3 million in cash.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like-
even want
it
to.
doesn't
I
make
don't even
sense.
want
Dead
to
money.
They have to trade him, and like,
It fiscally doesn't
So
make
Kenyan
sense.
Drake
Yeah.
is probably not going to end up back in.
you son of a bitch.
I don't think he's going to end up back in Arizona.
I do.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to try to command some money on the market. I don't
Yeah,
think
the
they're
problem
think
is
he's
they
gonna get it,
fucking
though.
gave up a pick for him, so like it's
I think he will.
for them to like not
You
bring
think-
him back.
all right,
It's
How do you
crazy.
how do you like my landing spot prediction?
I thought that was crazy.
I like it.
Thought that was crazy. Pittsburgh's coming away this offseason with a running
I think
back.
it's crazy in the sense that I don't think it happens, but I love the fit.
Yeah,
So
I think they
it's-
could use
it's
a
two different-
dynamic running back.
I love the fit. You can't trust James Conner at all.
No.
You trust him Benny Snell and fucking
Lighten Connor's workload. Let him be the grinder and the goal line back or whatever, and have Drake in as the pass catching back plus getting like 8 to 10 carries a game.
Yeah,
I think that would be
that's
fucking
fine.
The big man back. That could be a dynamite
see,
offense.
that's
again.
why we all agreed that his best fantasy landing spot is to stay with Arizona.
Yes,
because
of course.
we saw what he could do with that offense.
Switching teams just like rarely works for anybody.
It never
man.
does.
It never
does.
It's
never
ugly
does.
there. So I hope to see Kenyan Drake back in Arizona because he would immediately take over. Like probably
Where would you
the
draft
role
him?
in Arizona?
Yeah,
I think he'll be overdrafted.
He will be
I think so,
overdrafted.
too.
He'll probably go like end of second round. But
I'd go like late third.
That's the only time I'd start looking at it.
Yeah.
Because again, I really value the fact that I want to see a running back handle the workload over a full season.
Yeah, I'm drafting running backs that are consistent with the workload over a year.
100%.
There's gonna be so much like bias just from the last couple of games that people are gonna only remember that.
Yeah.
They're gonna overshoot him. 100%.
I'm good on
Take
that,
advantage of those.
So like
guys.
that's why he's definitely on my board, but I just feel like where I would want him, I'll never get him.
For
So,
sure,
like,
yeah.
I'll never.
So Kenyan Drake, Arizona, Devin Singletary, Buffalo.
I hope so. I'm a
No,
Devin
which of the two?
Singletary
Which of
fan.
the two would you rather?
Devin
I'm
Singletary,
sorry.
Buffalo.
No, I take Drake.
Rather have Buffalo. If-
I would take Drake too. I think it's
it-
slight. I think they'll go
it
around the
depends
same.
on like I mean it's still too early because like I
It's
don't
true,
know who
it's true.
they're
We
gonna
don't know
draft.
what's in
like,
Buffalo yet.
They're gonna bring another running back in like that.
Okay,
I think has a
so
chance
Frank
to-
Gore is going to be gone. What I think is going to happen is either they're going to take a thumper. They don't want Devin Singletary racking up 20 carries
he's
a
not
game,
that guy.
which is fine because they're going to use him in the passing game, I think, and get him 5
And
catches.
he
a
did
game.
very well,
He's
man.
very good in that because that's a the concern with Singletary was that he was like small and slow on long speed.
Yeah.
When you're in the passing game, if you can get him out in the open. You don't really need that long speed, right? You make one guy miss in the open field and you have yards and yards ahead of you. You know what I mean? So you don't need to break the fucking line of scrimmage with speed and shit. No. So Frank Gore out of there opens up that secondary role. Now, I either think they're going to come away with a guy like A.J. Dillon from the draft, or Jordan Howard is a free agent. So I see Jordan Howard is almost a perfect fit in Buffalo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's really nice.
Jordan Howard.
It's like what? Like a 54-year younger Frank Gore. Pretty
Exactly.
much.
That's exactly the way I would look at it too. So I think they complement each other's skill sets like perfectly. Or like even like Peyton Barber is a free agent. So Peyton Barber would be like a worse version of Jordan Howard.
It's a muscle hamster.
They could probably get like one year for $3 million.
Fucking
out of
steal
Peyton
goal line
Barber.
carries from Singletary and piss me off. I'm a
Well,
Singletary.
right. But
That's the problem. He's going to be a PPR guy next year. And Josh Allen stealing carries on the goal line as well. So it's
That's true.
And anyone that's bigger than Devin Singletary is going to take away his goal line.
Singletary's like you can't be trusting him RB1 on your team if you're going wide receiver heavy or something.
Yeah,
You're playing with fire.
He's almost like
flex.
you got to take him. He's almost like you got to. There you go. I'm gonna I figured out my T2 is drafting Devin Singletary. Yeah, so Singletary will probably end up being like a 4th round guy, and only if you have at least one running back, probably 2 running backs ahead of you. He's going to be tough to trust because Buffalo's probably going to come away. Now, one other name I want to bring up was Matt Breida. Obviously, a very disappointing year this year.
Dude, I was so high in him. A lot of people were.
So what I would love, I think low key, Matt Breida, I think could end up on the Falcons roster. I think he's a perfect
he's
fucking
perfect
you
for
could
that.
probably get him at a good price. Too.
A very good,
hell yeah.
a very good price, and exactly what they want to do with
Coming
him.
off the down year, give him like
Fit
2 years,
right
$10 million or
into-
something like that.
With Atlanta, he would get hurt like week 3. It'd
So
be
slow.
perfect.
I'm so
Him and
slow.
the entire defense.
Him and the rest of the
would get
team
hurt
would be
away.
so fucking.
I'm so pissed. As soon as you brought him up, first thing I thought was the
They would
Falcons.
get so long.
Fuck.
It'd be perfect.
I would love that. So that we're gonna end up probably coming away from the draft. I think taking one of the top 5 backs and doing
Crazy.
it within the second
Bad
or 3rd
move.
round. I would love Cam Akers.
Nah, bad move.
You just
Cam
keep
Akers-
saying that like you're just trying to speak it into
I'm willing to get
existence.
into existence.
Just take the fantasy and the offense out. You guys need cornerbacks, you need safeties, you need linebackers, you need defensive linemen.
Yeah,
Draft
but
those
Dan
players.
Quinn is there to ruin whoever we take. So I'm just like, might as well pile up.
Their
the
defense was
fantasy.
very good the last 5 weeks when he didn't call plays.
Yeah, it was very different.
Very different.
Different team.
Betting the over in those games sucked.
They were playing.
I think
for-
that was my downfall in Bagels and Locks. I think
Well,
I bet that they're over like 3 games in a
A lot
row.
of downfalls for you, my
Bro,
man.
they were playing for his job, so they started caring at the end of the fucking year. It's fucking bullshit. Play for Matt Breida's job. Here's for Matt Breida to Atlanta or Matt Breida and Cam Akers. Give us the fucking sickest duo in the backfield of all time.
I'm done with them. The tight ends.
trade for Saquon Barkley,
The tight
too.
end. Oh, please take them.
Tight ends, real quick.
These are
Did we do
interesting.
the quarterbacks yet?
No, we didn't. We'll
I
do
think
that
we
in a
will
second.
rip through those real quick.
I feel like that's going to take 45 minutes.
No,
Yeah,
that's why I said
like-
rip through them. Just like real quick.
Tight ends. This is an interesting year only because
There's top 2.
there's 2 guys that are really good, and this is a bad draft class.
Yeah,
so
very bad.
They're going to be
The
very
market
highly
is
coveted.
shaping up to be excellent for them.
Real quick, top 4 free agency tight ends: Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Eric Ebron, Tyler Eifert. So I think so Hunter Henry, you and me both said landing spot prediction, New England.
I think it's perfect.
Again, this is a case where I think his best spot would be to stay in LA.
And we have the same thing.
See, I disagree. I think his best spot would be to go somewhere else now that Phillip Rivers is gone. But I think he's going to end up staying in LA.
Where do you think an ideal spot landing for him would be?
I have like the opposite of, like an ideal spot would basically be like a Green Bay or like an Atlanta
they haven't
or
used
like,
a tight end in 10 years.
well, I don't know about that. They haven't had a good enough
Gonna
tight
make that-
end.
They literally haven't
Jared
had
Cook was their best tight end. He wasn't really even.
he sucked. Everyone
Yeah.
sucks in Green Bay as a tight end.
See, yeah, I that was also a different regime. They had McCarthy for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
So and when we get to the next guy, that's where I think would be perfect for Green Bay.
That
But
makes sense. So if
They're
Hunter
looking
Henry
for a
leaves,
tight
though,
end.
if Hunter Henry leaves, I think you got to start liking Mike Will.
yeah, you have no choice.
He was good.
You have to.
He
He's
was
going to
good
at least
last
get
year.
those
There's
extra
a-
red
there's-
zone targets.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
well, that's the biggest
The
thing.
problem
There's
is
a lot
still
of factors. We don't know
who's
who the
throwing the
quarterback
ball.
is. Right.
Yeah,
You're right.
That's a huge issue for me. Is it going to be like fucking Easton Stick, or is it going to be some scrub they draft?
Can I
they gonna
just
fucking go with
touch into one of the
Tyrod
free
Taylor?
Can I touch
Go.
into one of the free agent quarterbacks that I
Yeah.
predicted there? I predicted Teddy B there.
Love that.
And if that's the case, then that's a fucking home run.
Did I do
I
that
agree.
too?
That's a home run.
Teddy Bridge to Keenan, I think would be a nice
I
hookup. Teddy
didn't.
Bridge to fucking Austin Eckler would be beautiful out of
Because
the backfield.
he's no deep throw. He's not throwing the ball down
knows
the field.
his game.
It's exactly.
He knows his game. He doesn't
Eckler,
try to do too
Eckler,
much.
Henry, and Allen. They would all be like right targets I want.
Yeah. So Hunter
Teddy B's
Henry,
there.
interesting case. Austin Hooper is even more interesting because he's so young and he's coming off this.
Yeah.
He's coming off in a
had a
year
great
where
year.
he started off so hot, ended up getting hurt, of course. Chicago has to get a fucking tight end somewhere, right? They've had nothing at the tight end position and they've wanted to use a tight end for so long. I think one of these guys, my choice would be Austin Hooper ending up in Chicago, which would obviously kill his fucking fantasy situation.
Yeah,
if
if he
Mitchell
don't.
Trubisky is the tight end there.
Yes.
We all agree that obviously Atlanta, like you can't get better than what happened last year.
No, exactly. The
So
best
like a tight end
landing
too
spot.
for
You
the
got to
first
stay.
day.
We all took Atlanta as the ideal landing spot.
Yeah.
So again, though, this goes back to the Atlanta receivers. If Hooper's gone, again, they don't have a slot wide receiver, so it's like Julio and Ridley there again.
Yeah.
I think Ridley eats.
Ridley's gonna fucking eat.
Yeah.
He's like a 6th-round pick right
Like
now.
Julio's going to do it. I don't think Julio changes. He stays where he is. I think you'll see like the same
Yeah, he'll
production
be
from
fine.
Julio, but I think Ridley you'll see that.
Ridley,
that
I was
nice
looking at
jump.
numbers over the last since Sanu was traded last year, and it was just Ridley there. His numbers over the last like 6 or 7 games were like 6 for 85, and he scored 3 touchdowns in 6 games. He was a fucking absolute averaging like 15 fantasy points a game. I was like, I don't think people really know that or
Yeah, I
remember
had
that
him.
because he got hurt at the end of the
He's
year.
really
I
fucking
had
good.
him.
Yeah, he was solid when he was on the field. So Ridley's a guy that I think is going to be an ultra value this year in drafts. And then Ebron is whatever. I don't care. They re-signed. Interesting to note, they re-signed Jack Doyle instead of Ebron. Indy. I guess it's a money thing, but like Ebron played a pretty big role for
2 years ago.
Yeah, so I guess it's not really like a.
It's more of a all right.
He's a straight goal
They're-
line.
they're
tight
in
end,
flux.
like,
They're
that's
in
it.
flux,
He's a
too.
red
I could
zone.
see Ebron going to Green Bay
They're-
because they don't need.
he's
to
kind of that
They don't
perfect-
need to ask him to do too much,
That
but he can
cheap
play a good
and
red
that
zone
cheap
role.
tight end. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Eifert, I think so. I think Eifert could be a Patriot. Eifert's a guy that they could take a shot on because he's athletic.
I think they
him in a
prioritize.
specialty role?
I think they prioritize either Henry or Hooper. I really think
but,
they
like, the
want to get
problem
back
is
to
you
that
don't see
So
tight
these kind
end.
of tight ends in free agency.
Like
No,
we're
you never
talking
do.
about like fucking Eric Ebron, Tyler Eifert. Like, are you even considering drafting them? If
No.
they landed
No.
any
If
spots?
Eifert went to New England, no. I mean, depending on what Brady
realistically, are
did.
you going to draft Tyler Eifert if he's a Patriot?
Honestly,
Yeah,
to be
3rd round.
you son of a bitch.
to be honest, could we? All right, tight end. What? Like,
Let's-
bring up
let's,
like if Brady's
you know,
there. Could we
fucking
quickly just
Ebron.
touch on these quarterbacks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because
Yeah.
I think Brady's the most interesting case. Obviously.
Okay, so we're just-
fantasy wise or not. Go ahead. Rip it.
I was just going to say, Dak Prescott's obviously the biggest one. He's back in Dallas.
We all
There's no
agree
way-
Dallas
There's no way
fans-
he's
Yeah, there's
not
no
in
way to
Dallas.
let him go if they
So
do.
Tom
They're
Brady.
fucking idiots.
Tom Brady. Me and Animal both believe that he will end up back in New England. Supposedly they're ready to offer him $25 million. The Raiders were ready to offer him $30 million. I don't think Brady's decision to
be
move
coming down.
across
$5 million,
fucking country out of New England is going to be like, here's the extra
$5
$5
million.
million. It ain't going to happen. So the pitch is obviously going to be, we have a better chance at winning a championship than you. I do like your spot because you picked.
Tennessee. I think it's perfect.
I like that.
They re-signed Derrick Henry. At this point in his career,
That's what he needs.
Tom Brady needs a running game, a powerful, explosive running game where he can hand the ball off 40 times a game.
Yes.
And he's got the Adam Humphries type of player or the Julian Edelman type of player in Adam Humphries.
He'll have better weapons.
Much better
in
weapons.
Tennessee than he
AJ
did in New
Brown.
He's
England
going to have a
this
better
year.
offensive line. Regardless of Conklin, I still think they have a better offensive line. System-wise, we'll see. He's been in the same system his whole life.
Going
So
Vrabel, though, he knows the guy.
he does know the guy, but, it's not the same offensive
like,
system.
I agree with the fit. Like it makes sense for like Tom Brady from like a football standpoint.
I think it makes more sense even for
like-
fantasy, too.
Well, yeah, for that too. But
I would like him
does
much more in fantasy.
Does
if he
it
went to
make
Tennessee.
sense for the Titans to actually do that?
No, I think they
do
should
you think
re-sign
it could
Tannehill.
really happen that they will like.
I think they blew their load in going to the AFC Championship game this year, and they're almost going to put it on Tannehill for like we didn't win that game, and they'll be like, "Wow, we have Tom Brady. We have the aura of Tom Brady. We have him. We have a legitimate shot to make the Super Bowl."
It makes
now.
no sense that the Raiders are like even in the running for this.
No,
They're not.
What the
though.
fuck
They're
is the
just
point
like,
of
No,
paying Tom Brady?
it makes sense for the simple reason why we're going to sell that stadium out every week in Las Vegas. Tom
but
Brady. That's it.
They're
That's
like
it.
not actually
Derek
in the
Carr's
race.
a better
They're just,
quarterback
like,
than Tom
telling
Brady right
everyone,
now.
Like we're offering them money too.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
not,
so
like,
let's
real-
talk some
realistic.
scenarios. Is there a single player on the Patriots next year that is draftable in the single-digit rounds if Brady is not there?
No.
Because listen, if Brady's not the quarterback, like who the fuck are? I mean, you have an interesting one where they flip teams. You have Tannehill in New England.
I think that's brilliant.
That
Would be Bill B. brilliant.
interesting. Is there if Brady is not the New England Patriot? I don't know who the quarterback is going to be. Can you draft even Edelman in the single-digit rounds next year? Can
I
you
probably
draft
have no
James
interest.
White, Sony Michel, N'Keal Harry?
It really-
any of these fucking
it really
guys?
I
depends.
probably have no interest in drafting.
Honestly,
any of them.
I like White and Edelman if Andy Dalton's their quarterback.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it, but like, I still not like.
No, I'm not saying I'm sitting
when
here
do you want,
clamoring
like-
for him,
like-
but
You love them.
well, I love Andy Dalton. He's got great hair.
I don't know, just Patriots players I still don't even love for fantasy just in general because there's so many guys that factor into that offense.
Yeah,
That,
I'm
like
about
no
to
one is like the week to week.
I'm about to send out 32 trade offers for Julian Edelman to people and go fade me. See if I can get like a.
I'll give you a fourth.
Yeah, I was gonna ask for an early. I wouldn't give it a fourth. I would early third, late second. I feel
I'm
like
good.
someone might pull the trigger on that.
No, I'm good.
Pull a little triggy. All right, so
It's going to be interesting. I could easily see them flipping teams.
okay,
though.
so Tom Brady goes to Tennessee.
Yeah.
What's that do for AJ Brown?
I think it hurts him.
Think it hurts him.
Yeah,
I think it
unfortunately,
probably does, too.
and I think it.
But I mean,
bumps
Tannehill's
Humphries
volume
up.
was so fucking low last year.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown bowled
It
out.
was, but I'm sorry. Tom Brady's like not a good
And
quarterback.
AJ Brown's
anymore.
better than Randy Moss, peak Randy
Sorry,
Moss.
Patriot fans. I know you guys are an angry mob. Trust me, I'm an angry mob too. Tom Brady ain't that good anymore.
No.
He's got a duck arm.
It's not news.
It's not. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather Tannehill.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I just don't see the Titans doing it. I think Tom Brady stays in New England.
Well,
100%.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes, animal.
All right.
Just saying.
Man.
Phillip Rivers.
Retire.
A lot of talk. Really.
Retire.
please
yeah.
retire.
I think he's going to.
Watching him try to throw the ball last year was very difficult.
Like realistically,
Put him in Indy. He's got an offensive line. And he's got speed.
I don't-
Yeah, so like
I don't
now he's
really
got an
think it
extra
ca-
2
I don't
seconds,
think it
2 seconds
matters.
before he throws his interception.
I
Like,
really
dude,
don't think it
he's
matters.
Trash.
I think he's shot. I put Indy because that's where I think he goes, and I think they take Julian. I think
is shocked.
I think they take Julian Love with pick 13, and they have
Julian Love.
Jordan
Julian
Love.
motherfucking Love.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. I'm sorry, Jordan Love, and they have Rivers as
Don't
the
they have the
stopgap.
sixth?
Indy? No, they have like pick 13.
No, the Chargers. I thought you were talking about.
No.
Oh, you're talking about Indy.
I think Indy takes
You think Indy
Jordan
takes
Love.
quarterback
Yeah.
first round?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
Either way, I just
because
don't
they're not going to
see-
suck. Their roster's too good
would-
to suck next year to draft like Trevor Lawrence. I think
I would
now's
like
their
to
time
see
to get it.
Brissett. This is a very unpopular opinion, but I would like to see
nah.
Brissett for one more year. Dude, he got the shit end of a stick.
And they
last year.
owe him a,
in
like-
terms of the
Still owe him,
injuries.
like, a lot of money this
I'm,
year.
do-
like,
I'm done with that guy.
They're not just going to cut him.
Yeah, like
They
done
signed him
with
to
that
2
guy.
years, but like
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
like
everyone
$20
got
million.
hurt.
Isn't it?
Everybody got fucking hurt last year for
I don't
Indy.
really
No
care.
fucking weapons. At one point, like Chester Rogers was the alpha. On the team.
I like Zach Pascal like emerged as like a guy people were talking about. Like, who the fuck is Zach Pascal?
I get it.
He's
I
you
get
want
it.
You want him for a second?
yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I get it.
Toss
but
him in with that
no,
Julio Jones.
I'm way off that Jacoby Brissett.
Okay,
train.
so
I
you
think it
so
sucks.
but you have him ending up in Indy.
I think that's the only fit for
I
him.
do too,
The
and
only fit.
Okay, so he ends up in Indy. Superflex. Where are you going to be ranking? Like, where is he ranking in your quarterback rankings? Like 20 to 25?
27.
Like 36.
That's still draftable though, because you
It's
need him.
draftable. Yeah, you need two. Yeah.
Starting quarterback for the Colts, I think will have enough good games.
I mean, he's got decent weapons. So he's going to have a good running
just-
game.
I
He's going to have a great offensive line. He's going to have a great offensive coach. So
What does this mean for? Okay, so you think about Phillip Rivers as a passer. I mean, the guys that he targets are always like you said, he can't throw it down the field anymore. So this hurts Hilton probably.
Big time.
But we saw him connect with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen a ton last year.
blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Yeah, but those were all like great catches by like Keenan Allen or like
T.Y. Hilton's a great receiver.
yeah, but like those Mike Williams ones were like fucking contested balls. Like he was jumping up in the air to catch them.
Put some fucking respect
You know.
on T.Y. Hilton. Put some fucking
I love
respect
T.Y.
on
Hilton. I'm a big T.Y. Hilton supporter. It's
You're
just-
about to fucking argue Mike Williams.
I'm very
over T.Y.
anti-Phil Rivers right now. I just think he's done. He's
I'm
done.
kind of with you. I think
No,
he's
you're
shot.
right. But
He's shot, like,
it might work
why?
for a guy like Naeem Hines who could play like
He's-
a James White role.
he might benefit the most.
And Paris Campbell.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, Paris Campbell and Naeem Hines
You
become
get those
interesting
quick
if Phillip
hitters,
Rivers
get him
goes.
out of the
I feel like
backfield,
Phil
yeah.
Rivers is going to be like the new Ryan Fitzpatrick when he like gets a starting job again. Like not when he was backing people up and he comes in and he's like electric. Ryan Fitzpatrick when he's like the designated starter, like to start the season and he sucks.
not good, yeah.
It's going to be the new Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, it's like every team that goes against Fitz is like shocked. They're like, who is this backup quarterback?
Yeah.
How did he just over 472
We
yards
didn't
against
game
us?
plan for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Who is this guy? Yeah, it's fucking nonsense. All right, Ryan Tannehill, you and me both think he stays in Tennessee, and that is obviously his best fantasy spot because he was very good last year for them. I do think he probably left a lot to be desired from the passing standpoint, and they probably saw that in Tennessee, and that's why they're like normally, objectively looking at the situation, if you're just like a casual football fan, you're like, why aren't the Tennessee Titans like drooling over Tannehill right now? He's a young quarterback who's coming off of like a very good year. He kind of just like broke out for us, and he's one of those guys that came away from Adam Gase and exploded afterwards. So the way I'm looking at it is like, listen, you don't have guys like this kind of fall into your lap very often. So why not take advantage of the youth and see what you have there?
Yeah, especially like he's an athletic guy. Like you have the team. They run through the run game. The whole
Is
offense.
he more athletic than Derrick Henry?
No,
I am.
not even close.
No.
Not even
No.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
That was a fucking anti-freak athlete voice. What? You can't make a fucking point?
No, I'm done.
Good. Whatever. Snack, say something. Someone do something useful. I'm going to quit.
Jameis Winston.
Oh God, Jameis.
That I think is the like you said. Dak Prescott was like the biggest quarterback name. Jameis Winston is the biggest quarterback name when it comes to fantasy.
The problem is this: like, if I don't even know where to start with.
I
Jameis.
love him in Indy.
No,
I don't hate that at all.
I love him
Don't
in
hate
Indy.
that at all.
So
Great offensive line, great offensive-minded coach.
No way that happens.
Good,
though.
no, 100%.
no,
No,
it's not like
I'm just.
fucking
But
way.
it's not like we didn't. We said
put
ideal
Pittsburgh.
landing spot for
You
us.
put Pittsburgh.
I put Pittsburgh, and that's
you put that.
I put
I was gonna
Pittsburgh
say-
as.
I was gonna
I
say,
didn't
what the
put
fuck,
fucking
Zach?
Pittsburgh.
That's
I
the
put
very
Indy.
unlike you.
I want actually should like.
There's no way Pittsburgh's having James Winston as their quarterback. I don't have to
Imagine
explain
him and
why.
Big Ben in the quarterback
Oh my
room
God.
together.
That's the only problem
Oh, the
is the
content
fact
would
that
be amazing.
Big Ben is still there, and they apparently believe he's going to be the quarterback
Yes,
for them.
that is the problem, man.
So like,
that's why he's
I
not
don't
gonna be
think
in fucking
realistically
Pittsburgh.
it's like it will happen, but.
You literally put
I-
that as your prediction.
Yeah, I know, but I also
Yeah, so
I
we
put,
need an
like,
explanation.
now you're changing
I
it.
put
We need an
slash-
explanation.
You
I
fucking
put a
asshole.
slash Pittsburgh
Whatever.
and Tampa Bay because his obviously the best like ideal landing spot for him is to stay in Tampa Bay and just throw the ball to Godwin and Evans. Like that's obviously
all
the
night and
best
day.
for him. But I think also if he was to go to Pittsburgh and Ben wasn't there, that would be great for Juju, and I think it would be great for Jameis with Mike Tomlin. I
but-
think.
Okay, that's fine, but like we're just wasting people's time talking about this. 'cause
Why? I'm sure people would love to picture Jameis in the Pittsburgh uniform.
I would love to picture Jameis in a lot of fucking uniforms where he would be able to throw to receivers and do a fucking cool shit. But he has the best situation he's possibly ever going to have right now in Tampa Bay. If Jameis leaves Tampa Bay, like one, is he going somewhere where he's not a starter?
Well, that's
No,
like a huge.
no,
like
he's
I
gonna
don't
stay-
see
he has
how.
to start.
Where the fuck would ever take him as their starter right now?
Well,
But
it
you're
de-
gonna pay him, so you're gonna have to like.
What if the
Right?
Chargers get him?
He's their starter.
What happens? Mike Williams.
They're
going to
go 7-9.
Mike.
Big time.
He's gonna throw 30 interceptions,
be a big-
and it's gonna be status quo.
All right, for
I
real
think
though,
the bigger-
if he leaves, what happens to fucking Evans and
That's the
Godwin?
bigger
Yeah.
issue here. Is that
It is.
like
Can you even touch? Like you have to draft
Yeah.
them, but like, ew.
I'd
It has to be
probably
Evans, right?
take Evans
It's
over
gotta be Evans.
over Godwin. Yeah,
He's proven to be an alpha in the NFL.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
regardless
and he's
of
an
quarterback.
alpha. He's an
I think
absolute
he was
beast.
underutilized constantly in Tampa Bay
Yeah, I mean, well,
for as much as like he
the targets
you know,
were there, but it's like okay.
Yeah, but
so
Jameis like never threw to like he was. There's so many great opportunities to get him the ball, and Jameis
Jameis
like
Winston
always doing
leaves.
dumb
Are
shit.
they both top 20 fantasy wide receivers?
Yes. Both.
Godwin's got to be like 18 to 20. Mike Evans is borderline.
Yeah, you have
wide
to say
receiver
yes.
I think
one.
as long as
Yeah.
Arian's still there, just chucking the ball to
Yeah, you have to say yes.
Like, how hesitant are you to draft Godwin if Winston's not there, man?
I'm hesitant.
I think he
I'd be
slips
it
a
hesitant.
depends
little
on what
bit,
they
but,
bring
like,
in, but yes, I'm very hesitant.
You know, what would even be the right now? They have Blaine Gabbert and Ryan Griffin as
Oh,
their quarterbacks.
God.
Like, what are they even? That's the thing. Like, they can talk about how they want to let Winston go, but what the fuck
I
are
don't
they
think
gonna
they
do?
can.
They can't.
I don't think they can.
No, I mean the problem is unless
Or
they
the
really
It's like,
plan on
he's gonna need
drafting
the
someone.
extension. Yeah, like
Who are they going to draft? That's really going to be an upgrade.
Who knows? Maybe they'll sign Teddy B.
What if their plan is to fucking?
I was thinking about that. Did I put Teddy B in here?
I had that in there and then I changed it to Chicago.
Oh, that's where I put. I said best ideal landing spot for
Teddy B,
B
it's-
was Tampa Bay.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Because I mean,
What
granted,
if,
Arians likes to throw
what
the
if
ball
they
a
want
lot.
Blaine Gabbert to be their quarterback so they can absolutely tank the cunt out of the season and draft Trevor Lawrence?
It just seems like a stretch.
It's 100% a stretch. But you got to be forward.
It's not happening.
You got to be a forward thinker. You got to realize who's coming out next year.
Yeah, so I think
It's the
Teddy B makes.
Messiah.
I think Teddy B makes some sense in Tampa Bay because I forget what podcast I was listening to, but Teddy B had his best game against Tampa Bay, and there are a lot of times where like coaches see a player play and they like to
Happens
grab
all
him
the
onto
time,
their
yeah.
team. Yeah, it happens all the time. It's a ridiculous fucking thing to base an
Probably
entire contract off of.
stupidest thing in the world.
But I see it makes sense. You know, they're going from Winston, who's thrown 35 interceptions, and they're like, we need to,
like
we
we could
need to
have
pull the
won-
reins back on our quarterback being an asshole, and Teddy B is the opposite of an
We
asshole.
probably
B's
could have won
gonna
a lot
throw-
more games. If
Teddy
we
B's
going to
go like
over as much.
21 and 8.
Yeah.
He's not going to go 40 and 30, but he'll go.
How the fuck do you choose? I like Chicago as a landing spot for him, but that's definitely not his ideal landing spot for fantasy.
No, it's bad.
Speak for yourself.
Are you talking
Speak
to me?
on it, you cunt.
I mean, I just
You peasant.
I think it's
You're a coward.
I don't really think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be that great wherever he goes for
I don't think
fantasy.
anybody's saying he's that
so
great.
no,
Oh,
but
for
for fantasy,
fantasy,
like
okay.
he's not really he's like a 28 to 32 like guy for me. Like I wouldn't.
I don't know about that.
Depending where he goes.
I think the right
He's
situation.
efficient and he's not going to throw a lot of
I really-
interceptions.
I
but
really
what's
like
he going
him.
to get you? Like 15, 16 points? Like, this is
better
like
than
his
third quarterback 30.
yeah, but, like that's his ceiling's like 18. Like
Love that.
That's
Big ceiling.
see, I like
you
it
were
just-
starting a
it
third
doesn't
string
do
running
anything
back
for me.
instead of a
I
quarterback.
put
in Superflex
Chicago.
this year.
I put Chicago because I thought it would I know you get pissed at this, but it would really benefit Allen Robinson. have an actual quarterback who's accurate. Because Allen Robinson is
I would like that a lot actually.
Like you
He's a
saw
talented
when
I would love Allen Robinson.
He's a talented
Like-
guy.
because you saw how he targeted the shit out of
Michael Thomas,
despite
exactly,
my
like-
fake news of me trying to disband that theory.
You tried.
I tried.
He did
so
fumble the
hard.
ball out of bounds that game, by the way.
I know. I almost called the fuck out of that. That would have been epic.
It's close.
So yeah, Chicago. I think it makes sense.
I don't
It's just-
think it
I don't
makes
think it
sense.
We're gonna
realistically
have a
will
lot
happen.
of these. A lot of these fucking things are gonna take care of themselves within a few days. So free agency starts on
beautiful.
Wednesday, and I think we'll have a lot of facts down by
It's
probably
gonna be
like
fun.
Friday.
It's gonna be a fun.
Yeah,
free
this
agency.
half of this shit could be completely fucking like all wrong and totally.
Yeah,
mixed
well,
up.
let's
be
keep
wrong.
it up. We'll
Yeah,
see.
but
We'll see how the
like, we'll see.
projections go.
All right. Well, that is the free agency preview, recap, whatever. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you've been enjoying the video thus far. Y'all ready for the herd of goats? Herd of goats. Enough of that. Most satisfying things to light on fire. Snacks, you got the first overall pick.
Easy
in the
jerseys.
draft.
It's really easy.
Whose
I don't.
jersey in particular.
LeBron James. I engulfed LeBron James jersey in 2010 when he didn't sign with the Knicks. Our friend Steve, friend of the show. You guys all know Steve very well. He had a Miami Heat LeBron James jersey.
One
and-
chains?
and-
You're talking about Thavaresia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna
Stevie
ask-
Thav.
Steve feeling himself right now.
I ain't even part of this league. I'm here for Nick. But Nick, you guys like him. You like him on YouTube. He's a great guy to you guys. He's a piece of shit.
Why did you have a LeBron jersey, but now you tied that together?
Steve had it, and me and him had a long. It was actually really funny. We had like a drunken convo, and I was talking to him. I was like, "I'm so disappointed you have this." He goes, "Why?" I was like, "Do you know what he did to me?"
Do you know what he did to me?
And he goes,
Like personally?
He goes, "Fine, you can have it." So he gave it to me.
You know, it's a sick fucking part too. Like he takes that personally.
I
know.
I legitimately did. I was fucking pissed.
I'm not signing with the Knicks because of Nick. Nicky Snacks.
And
dumbass.
right, and I took a crowbar to my TV that night. But anyway, so he gave me the jersey, and the picture. You see the picture. That's just literally the beginning of the jersey. That shit got engulfed. Okay, it was. We poured gasoline on it. We did everything, and we lit that motherfucker on fire. And burning jerseys is a great way to vent frustration, get your grievances out of the air, and I think it's a national pastime now.
That's fair. I've never actually burnt a jersey before, but I could see like if I cared enough about sports, I would have burnt Kevin Durant's jersey when he left for Golden State.
Yeah.
But like I'm not really about to do that.
I wish
like,
I didn't
post it
care.
on my Twitter and
I
shit.
wish I didn't care.
Yeah, but if I
It was my
care, it
Facebook
would
profile picture for
probably
like a
be
year.
Extreme. Yeah, I remember that actually. Extremely satisfying. All right, G2. Most satisfying things to light on fire. All right, I want to preface it by saying I don't just light bugs on fire.
motherfucker.
But like when you were younger and you were like in your driveway and that shit was like 90 degrees out, you ever got a magnifying glass and let the light from the sun fucking bounce off the magnifying glass onto a bug that was just sitting there and getting roasted? Now I think about why the fuck wouldn't the bugs just move? Like they're so dumb.
They are dumb.
I mean, I
Bugs
think
are
they
dumb.
were just like you probably followed
I was
them
too
with it.
good, probably, right?
Yeah, like there's no way you're like, oh, he moved. Fuck.
So this is satisfying because when you're young, you're like, fuck yeah, like science, you know? Like you finally got one of the bugs to light on fire from the magnifying glass, and you're like, how did I do that? Like this is me. I made this. So it was fucking really satisfying to me. Now I think about it, it's kind of sick, and I really wish I didn't do it. But the satisfaction level when you
Part
were
of being a kid.
8 years old is part of the dumb things we do when we were
Boys
kids.
will be boys.
Yeah, so G2, bugs via a magnifying glass. Not just straight bugs. It needs to be via the magnifying glass. So when you do the fucking poll, don't you dare just put bugs. You're going to put like animals. I
Put
bet.
bugs/mag glass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a
his
cunt.
polls fucking.
I hate
They
that.
are
I
so
have-
deceiving.
They're much better now. But
What are you
in
talking
the
about?
beginning, they were horrible.
Originally, because I had a character limit.
never
Now that
put
I do with
context behind
Canva,
them.
now I do with Canva. I just
Now you do it with context, and now I keep winning.
Yes.
That's why.
It's-
Yeah.
listen,
I'm
you guys are
also
all-
pissed because half these fucking people don't even watch it.
Look,
And
here's the
All right,
deal.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they vote and they don't watch, so they don't see the context.
Right.
But G3 marshmallows. Like we're talking about most satisfying things to light on fire here. There's nothing more satisfying than just toasting that marshmallow and the whole thing. Maybe you only get half of it on fire, and then you twirl and the other half catches, and then
When
you
do
can wave
just
it
right,
and
when
blow
you
it
do
out.
just
Yeah,
right, and it comes out golden.
just a
and
little
crispy.
browning. Yeah.
yeah. It's just one of those things.
That's
Like
a good
it's fun to
I
light
hope
on
there's
fire,
I hope there's a fire.
and you
pit
get a treat out of
on
it
the
at the
roof
end.
at the HQ.
Yeah, it's
We'll-
the next
we'll do
one.
some
It's the next
olives.
one where you lose me.
Go.
This is a genius one.
01.
01 farts. Like, there's so many hysterical videos of farts being lit on fire. In high school, my good friend
It is kind of funny.
used to light. I've probably seen him light 100 farts on fire.
Let me ask you, if you're gonna light the fart on fire, position.
Oh, you have
Are
to.
you like legs up?
It's legs up on your back,
legs
like,
up, like
yeah.
a chick getting fucking.
You have
nailed.
to. You have to get the whole wind out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can't like go like doggy style, like underneath.
I was
like,
gonna say, are you a fucking weirdo?
no,
or-
no. You're
love
on your
that.
back, legs up.
This is well thought out
Yeah.
by
Love that.
Animal.
Yeah, no.
Big
and-
fart guy.
Yeah, the farts are funny.
All right,
Never
well,
won't be
They
funny.
never won't be funny.
So
you're right.
yeah, 01 farts. I
I'm
mean,
going
light
with
them on fire.
another trip down memory lane. I didn't realize that I'm getting very nostalgic in this episode. 02 are old school notebooks. So after school is done for the year or whatever, you're like, yeah, I'll never fucking need to know anything about chemistry or biology or any of the shit that they waste your time learning in school. You get that notebook, you're like at your friend's house having a fire, you're at your house, whatever it is. You're like, yeah, I don't need any of this shit that I just learned for fucking 8 months. I don't know why they wasted my time. Sitting there, and you get to burn it all away. And you're like, fuck school, fuck this teacher, fuck this professor, you're dead to me. And you just kill them. And it's very satisfying. You have like your whole kind of life or the entire year flash before your eyes, both literally and metaphysically.
Metaphysically.
Not sure what that word means, but I feel like it fits
means
there.
something.
So school notebooks, ones that you are done with that class, is my 02.
That's good. My family's favorite holiday is the 4th of July. So setting fireworks off on fire is amazing. And you're probably saying, oh, you don't set them on fire. No, you do, dumbass. You need fire to light the fuse, and then goes up in the air, and you make this beautiful thing in the sky, and it lights up everywhere. Fireworks is a national pastime.
I feel like it should
burning
technically
Jersey.
be fuses.
Shut up.
Just shut the fuck up.
Shut the
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
Saying you're lighting the fuse.
Theoretically, yes.
Like that's
The
the
fuse to the firework that goes up. It's brilliant. Fireworks are awesome. Nobody hates fireworks. If you hate fireworks, you're...
Then your farts should be air. You should be.
Oh,
It would
so
be
don't...
methane.
Yes.
That's fine. Methane's cool to light on fire.
Okay. So in the herd of goats poll, then you're going to write methane instead of farts. How's that
and
sound?
He's gonna have
Yeah, that's what I thought. Snacks.
fuses.
Stop. But yeah, we're lighting fireworks off. They're going in the air. The 4th of July. Fireworks are good any time of the year. You love them. You love them. You love them. A1. Wood. Firewood. How this lasted to the 3rd round is unbelievable in my opinion. Who doesn't love a good fire? You can't do anything outdoors if you're camping or something without a fire, right or wrong. You have to light the firewood to have it. What's better than chilling with your foot up, your left foot over your right, with a scotch in your hand?
Cut that, Scott. Whatever that statement was.
Yeah, definitely cut that.
There is a thing about that though, right?
Is there really?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
like
we-
if you cross your... should probably keep that in. But yeah,
cut
yeah,
all
Maybe
of that.
actually, but
probably, yes. But no,
your best judgment, Scott.
Listen,
if you
we're-
do it and it's wrong, you're fucking fired.
you're lighting a fire. We all love fires. A nice chill night. You want a fire. You want to drink in front of a fire. A lot of times in the
Don't
past,
put words in my mouth.
listen, a lot of times in the past, my friends and I, like you and your friends, used to light each other's assholes on fire with farts and stuff. My friends sat around a fire and just drank and devoured whiskey and beer and everything under the sun. That's why you light wood on fire. Firewood, A1.
It's a great one. I just didn't want to be the first one to pick up like a boring one. So I
Yeah.
let you do the honors, and this is, I guess, like the boring letter.
Oh no, Rob, that's not obvious enough. Not at all.
I beat you to the boring.
You did. I let you do that so that I could say candles, A2. So I guess similar to the fuse, you light the candle wicks. I'm a huge candle guy. Listen, I have a big feminine side. I like things smelling
Pussy.
good.
Very pussy.
Wow, like you're the toughest guy in the world over here calls someone a pussy.
I like candles too, man. They smell nice.
I fucking love candles.
Everyone loves candles.
I love
I
candles.
should have put incense, to be honest with you, but we'll stick with candles.
Nah,
right
you gotta-
now.
Candles are way
can-
better. Like a
candles is
nice
better,
vanilla candle.
I have
Oh.
candles like lit up
Ooh.
all
I feel good, baby.
Candles
day
are
long
nice.
in my
Candles are
apartment.
Nice.
Fucking vanilla.
What's your
vanilla-
favorite? Do you have like a favorite scent? Because I have a
Vanilla.
very specific one.
Ocean breeze.
cinnamon roll?
No, I had one of those and it like makes you sick after a while.
Vanilla
It's
is the
gross.
best.
No, Christmas tree scented candles.
Nah,
are,
it's bullshit.
I have that shit going all year round. I love
bad.
Christmas tree scented candles, but I'm just a big candle guy. It sets the ambiance and the energy in the room.
It's
if your
just
room
pine.
smells good via it's
Girls
incredible.
like you more too.
Girls like you more. Fucking everyone likes you more. Everyone likes a candle guy. And I will take the fall here and be the candle guy for all of you. So for A2, candles, most satisfying thing to light on fire.
A3, I'm going with dandelions, but
I really appreciated this pick.
I'm not going with the yellow, like when they turn white and they're like all fuzzy.
Are
and
those
you know,
the same thing? Is there not
it
a
is
different
the same.
name
It's
for
just
it?
a different stage. Well,
it's like a caterpillar versus a butterfly.
There's like a scientific name that I'm not going to try and pronounce.
Or is that just the dumbest fucking thing of all time?
Caterpillars, butterflies.
What is it? What turns into a butterfly?
No.
Am I thinking of just like straight Pokemon? Like, is there no evolution to butterflies?
No, there is 100%.
There is, right? They're in their cocoon.
Yeah,
it's
it's
caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
a
believe so.
caterpillar?
Okay.
It is?
You know what? I never saw it happen because I would always burn them bitches on fire before they turned into butterflies.
Hello.
Taraxacum.
Whatever, go.
That's what dandelion is called. But you know when they're white, just if you
I can't
light
wait
that
till you
sucker,
have
the
to
whole
make the
thing
list
just
and all the
catches.
things you have to put on make no sense. Methane, taraxacum.
See, that's the problem.
one's gonna
They
know.
got to watch. If they watch, they'll know.
No, but go outside. It's almost summer, spring, whatever. Light some dandelions on fire. It is very, very satisfying. Very
I
satisfying.
don't hate this.
And the next one, T1, empty 30 cases. Like you were saying, like hanging out by the fire drinking. Well, after you're done drinking,
Clarify
you got those.
the 30 because 30 is a New Jersey thing.
Empty beer cases.
Yeah.
No, basically cardboard, but I'm sticking with
Cardboard,
beer
right.
because it just goes with the whole
Well,
drinking.
it's usually
vibe.
like 24. Some places
More on
18.
brand.
Elsewhere,
Yeah, whatever it is.
36.
But those cardboard cases usually have colors in them. Like Bud Light is blue, and when it's burning, it burns green, and it looks cool, especially after you've drank 10 Bud Lights. So that
agree with
is
that.
the analysis behind that.
It's not bad.
T2, steak on the grill. So when you're cooking it and it goes up in flames, you feel like you're doing it right. I'm not good at grilling. I've done it a few times.
the grease.
But when it fucking shoots up and it's like, oh yeah, like I'm the grill guy. You know what I mean? It's a very satisfying feeling because people are like, oh, he knows if he could light that whole shit on fire and still make it taste good, he knows what he's doing. So in terms of the actual title of this herd of goats, satisfying things to light on fire, I think when you're manning the grill and a steak kind of lights up and it's got that big ass flame, or even like a burger when you're cooking it or something, I think it's a very, very low-key, satisfying feeling. So T2 would be steak on the grill, some kind of meat, beef.
T3.
Are you
Dog
done?
shit. Very simple. Back in the day, you play jokes on your friends or literally anybody, and you light a bag of dog shit on fire, and you ring the doorbell and you run, and it's fucking hysterical. And Billy Madison made it as famous as it could ever be. So, Scott, please drop that.
Oh my God, old man Clemens hates shit. Here he comes.
What the hell is it? What do you want? Judas Priest Barber is one of those flaming bags again.
Don't put it out with your boots, Tad.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This one's out of control. Poop again.
He called the shit poop.
One of the funniest scenes in movie history is when he puts that dog shit on.
Poop again.
It's poop again.
Very iconic. I actually think this choice right here, it could be big for you.
It could be huge. I dog shit. We used to do it back in the day. Shits and gigs. It was always fun. We live in a small town.
No pun.
Shits and gigs. That's right. Thank you. Somebody caught it. Small town. We used to just put it on the doorstep of our friends' houses.
Just throwing
or whatnot.
shit all over the
just
town,
throwing
from one
shit
side to
all
the
over
other,
the place.
so small.
On fire. All you have to do is boop boop boop, and it's out.
Little poopies.
Poop is out. T3. Dog shit.
I feel like Snacks probably lit his own shit on fire a couple times.
We did human shit once.
Nah, only diarrhea. Can't light that on fire.
Yeah, you can't light that. You can't do that in a bag either.
It's disgusting. Okay, well, that's our herd of goats. Make sure that you are following us on Twitter.
I ate a
We're
lot
gonna
of
tweet
pizza.
out the poll. Make sure that if you enjoyed this free agency preview and the herd of goats, you got some type of value from it. You hit that thumbs up button. You subscribe to the channel if you're new. We do Fade the Public every single Friday. If you missed Tuesday's video, we did a special extra video this week of the Combine. We recreated the NFL Combine, and it was fucking out of
Yeah,
control.
go watch it.
Tell them more.
That's the kind of animal analysis you can
Tell 'em
expect
more.
on this show, by the way.
Tell them more.
So we love you. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter. We love to engage with y'all. And that will be it for this week's
Yeah, does
Fade the
anyone want
Public.
to talk Broncos?
No one does.
Still no one. I have
Cutting the
no
audio.